What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Why You Should Read. I'm just realizing I haven't done one of these in a very, very long time. We'll see if I start doing more again. I don't know. So, you may have heard about this manga on the podcast, which if you don't listen to, you should, as well as you should leave a like and subscribe. The link to the podcast is in the description box below, and the buttons are down there also, so, just clicky click, help us out a bit. But I've talked about this manga in the past, but it needs its own video because I love it that much. And it's set to get an anime adaptation supposedly this year being 2023, if you're watching this in the past or watching it in the future. 2023, this year. This is Why You Should Read The Slave of the Magic Capital's Elite Troops. Matos Seihai no Slave, also known as Chained Soldier. But just so you know, I'm going to be referring to this manga as Seihai no Slave, even if I'm pronouncing it wrong, because that's what I've been calling it to myself since I found it. Some of you may have already heard about this manga because it's actually being written by Takahito, who wrote Akame ga Kill. Again, it is getting an anime adaptation. When? I don't know exactly. The release date hasn't been announced yet. As far as when I wrote this and when I'm recording this, it hasn't been announced yet. But if you don't know what Akame ga Kill is, it's a manga and anime about a group trying to overthrow a corrupt kingdom. It's dark and violent, and the anime ending is different from the manga ending. So if you saw the show and no one told you that, well, go read the last few chapters of the manga, because the ending is much better in the manga, and it's a lot different. Too different to get into now, but you should check it out. Either way, these two stories are completely different. But if you were a fan of Takahito's writing in Akame ga Kill, you might be a fan of it in Seihai no Slave. The writing is much better, and I believe the story is too. But the genres are very different, probably too different for some. Seihai no Slave is an action, ecchi, fantasy, shonen, harem, supernatural drama, romance manga that focuses mostly on the action with bits of ecchi and harem moments thrown in for good measure. Again, it will be getting an anime adaptation, but of course it will, because I read it. And just look at how beautiful this artwork is, and just imagine how beautiful the figures will be. In this world, entrances to a different dimension called Meito begin to open, and these creatures called Shuki start coming out, destroying stuff and killing people. When these portals open, though, sometimes people get trapped inside, and by this happening, a new resource called peaches are found. These aren't your normal garden variety peaches, though, because they give women who eat them abilities. Abilities that can include super strength, teleportation, time manipulation, and other OP abilities, or something that would still be cool but poor for combat. Those women who are granted abilities that are strong enough to kill the Shuki are able to join the Anti-Demon Corps and are stationed inside of Meito, the dimension that the Shuki come from, to prevent them from crossing over. Of course, our main character, Yuki Wakuda, is walking home one day and enters a Meito entrance and is trapped inside, only to be saved by Kyoka Uzun, who is the chief of the 7th unit of the Anti-Demon Corps. They get trapped by a group of Shuki that's too large to handle with Kyoka's ability, Slave, until she uses it on Yuki, who has always wanted to find a way into the Anti-Demon Corps since he lost his sister when a Meito entrance opened up when they were younger. By using Slave on Yuki, he turns into a Shuki-type creature and is able to help Kyoka fight off the Shuki around them. Of course, Kyoka's Slave ability comes with compensation that must be paid afterward. After this, she has Yuki join her 7th unit of the Anti-Demon Corps because of how strong and useful he is. So far, there are 99 chapters out, and I know that sounds like a lot, but the story, characters, and art will suck you in and get you hooked. It's an easy binge, especially when you start meeting the other unit chiefs and members, especially Tenka Izumo, the chief of the 6th unit and the love of my life. You'll learn more about each character and their true motivations for choosing to be in the Anti-Demon Corps, and see their relationship with them develop and grow. And the action is legit. It's not one of those action manga where the action is so bad you don't know why it's even has the tag of action. In this, the action is real action. I don't think anyone has died, but many people have come really close. It is a superpower action fantasy first and foremost, and it knows it, and it's the best parts of it. It is also a harem romance, but it doesn't lean into the harem aspect like a traditional harem with no substance. Instead, each character is developed and given their own time to shine. And so far, there are only 2 characters who outwardly hold romantic feelings toward the MC. I'm not gonna say Yuki is the oblivious MC type. If you read or watch the Kami Ga Kill, you know Takahito has no issue with putting characters into relationships, so it will most likely be a developing plot point. I at least hope so. The voice actors for the anime adaptation have already been cast, with Hiroshi Yuya voicing Yuki, who voiced Yamamoto Takuya from Tokyo Revengers, and Hibiki Yuta from Gridman. Kito Akari is voicing Kyoka, who voiced Nezuko from Demon Slayer, Tsukasa from TooTaku Kawaii, and Erika from A Couple of Cuckoos. And Uchida Maya is voicing Tenka. She also voiced one of my other favorite girls, Rika from Love Chunibyo, Norman from The Promised Neverland, and Hiyori from Noragami. 2 major mysteries have been introduced, as well as a few dark sections have popped up, and I expect them to be followed through. If you want to read a more adult action shonen, I can't recommend this manga any more highly. It is easily one of my favorites out right now, and has pretty frequent updates with usually 2 new chapters a month. Or if you want to wait for the anime, you can do that too. I don't know how long you will be waiting though, but that's up to you. And if you want more anime and manga recommendations, TV and movie reviews, then check out the TooTaku podcast. Link is down below, and if you want to support the channel, like and subscribe and pick up some merch. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.